Butterflies feeding on buddleia in late July and August is a familiar sight to most people, but it could be that that is as far as their interest goes. Today though, a greater awareness of butterflies seems to be occurring, and more people are wanting to look further than the buddleia to see and identify the other species of butterfly that occur in the British Isles. There are 60 species in all, not including a number of rare vagrants that occasionally visit our shores. This video is aimed at being an identification guide. We'll deal with each family of butterflies separately so that similar and closely related species can be compared and the differences pointed out. The time of year they fly and the types of habitat will also be described. The first family contains the skippers. There are 8 of them. They are rather small moth-like butterflies, but each species is quite distinct and not too difficult to identify. For each separate family, I will deal with species in order of their times of emergence throughout the season. This is the grizzled skipper. It's the first to emerge. In warm springs it can be seen as early as the end of April, but May is the best time to see them, and they do continue to fly till the end of June. The wings have a delicate little draft-balled pattern of black and white. It is a butterfly that occurs mainly on chalk and limestone habitats, but calcareous soil is not essential. They can be seen basking with their wings open on bare sunny banks where wild strawberry grows, which is their larval food plant. Unfortunately, this species has declined considerably in recent times. The dingy skipper emerges slightly later than the grizzled skipper. It's quite common and can be seen from the first week of May till the end of June. It is the most moth-like of the skippers, but it opens its wings fully when basking. It is rather dingy in appearance, although some individuals are better marked than others. They occur on all types of soil, but chalk downland is most typical. Bird's foot trefoil is the food plant of its larvae. Late May and early June, if you're lucky, is the time to see the checkered skipper. It's one of our rarest butterflies. They only occur now in a few places in Scotland. The males are territorial and very aggressive. They perch on a favourite prominent plant and will chase off intruders. I've seen them attack butterfly 3 times their size before returning to the same lookout perch. The checkered pattern of their outstretched wings is unlike any of the other skippers. The large skipper, as its name suggests, is the biggest of our skippers, but still quite small really. They can be seen basking along the hedgerows near woodland and along woodland rides from the end of the first week of June and continue to fly till the first week of August. Notice how it holds its wings. This is known as the skipper position. The dark diagonal line on the forewing is called the scent mark. In the female, the scent mark is absent, and the slightly checkered pattern of lighter marks are more prominent. Slightly later than the large skipper, the small skipper can be seen from the end of the first week of June. This is the male. It's a very common butterfly and can be seen almost anywhere in long grass, basking in the skipper position, right up to the beginning of August. Notice that the scent mark runs diagonally across the veins of the forewing. The female is similar to the male, but lacks the scent mark. The Essex skipper is almost as common as the small skipper. It emerges about a week later and flies till the first week of August. It's very similar to the small skipper, and what makes it even more confusing, it occurs in the same grassy habitats alongside it. Notice though that the scent mark runs parallel with the veins of the forewing and not diagonally across them as in the small skipper. The female is almost indistinguishable from the female small skipper. There is one more identification feature though, but it's very difficult to see. The dark tips of the antennae of the Essex skipper extend to the underside and are more glossy than those of the small skipper. The LULWORTH skipper does not fly till the middle of July. It can be seen right through to the beginning of September. This is the female. It's at the northernmost limit of its range, so in the British Isles it only occurs near the coast of Dorset. It favours warm sunny slopes and hollows, where it can be quite numerous. The female has characteristic golden marks on its forewings. The males are often tiny and usually darker, with much less prominent markings on the forewings. This species also basks in the skipper position. The last of the skippers to emerge is the silver-spotted skipper. It's uncommon and only occurs in some isolated places in the south of England. They do not emerge till the beginning of August, and they need warm south-facing downland slopes or combes to live. This is the male. They're about the size of the small skipper, but with small pale windows on the upper side. In the female, the pale windows are even more prominent, and of course the scent mark is absent. The underside is quite beautiful, showing the silver spots that gives the butterfly its name.